Good morning, PLS Daily. We are live, local, international, and loud, baby. Kaboom, kabang, ka-ching. I hope everybody's having a mighty fine day. And today, only today, while I lie, maybe tomorrow too, we're going to talk about video marketing and the importance of video marketing. Video marketing is bigger and bigger and bigger every single day. And the proof is in the pudding. Did you know that the biggest search engine now is no longer Google? Well, it is in a sense. It's Google's sister company, YouTube. More people search for words and terms and things on YouTube now than they do on just plain old Google.com. And Yahoo, I believe, is still number 3, maybe sinking quickly to Bing as number 4. But video keeps on getting bigger, and I believe it's because of the old saying, a picture paints 1,000 words, and the new saying, a video paints 1 billion words. And you can just get more information pushed into the brain by watching video. And it's not as boring as reading, which reading can be boring sometimes. It's just a much better way to deliver a message. You get the visual, you get the audio, you might get humor, you might not get humor, you may get something sad, something funny, but mastering video is really a key to your success. Now, the Power Lead system has a great program, and the Power Lead system inside there, you can actually just pick your own video or pick a video that's already been created. So you have options in the Power Lead system because I understand a lot of people do not want to get in front of the camera. I, on the other hand, am not camera shy at all. It's something I'm working on, trying to not be so camera hoggy. So today you won't see me, but you will see some slides about mastering video. And I will have some of my own input, not personally create this slide presentation, so I will be adding some things that are not in this slide presentation that I believe is very important that should have been added. And at some point I will make those modifications to this presentation. But this is a very good basic course on mastering your video. Video marketing is one of the best free methods of marketing available today. All it takes is the time to learn how to create video and then upload it to video sharing sites like YouTube. And guys, YouTube is not the only sharing site. In fact, I highly recommend if you are uploading a video on YouTube, YouTube now has a feature to make it known or make it shareable onto your Facebook posting, because Facebook is extremely important with video these days. Facebook and Instagram are kind of merging in the way that they work. Facebook actually owns Instagram, if you don't know that, and Instagram is really designed for the younger generation of people just posting pictures and then commenting on the pictures. And if you haven't noticed lately, Facebook is a bunch of pictures, in my world anyway, with people commenting on those pictures and video. In fact, I shared a couple videos that I saw yesterday on Facebook on my own timeline. Many people don't feel comfortable appearing in video themselves. If this sounds like you, don't worry, Rick Caldwell in the room today. You will discover easy ways to get around this. But remember, if you are trying to brand yourself, then you should get through that fear of appearing in your videos. Once you have accomplished this a couple of times, you will love for being so nervous. And that's absolutely true. After, I don't know, I've probably done 4,000 videos in my life, maybe even more. And I don't know if I've ever been nervous in front of a video, but I do know that there are people that are extremely nervous about being in front of a camera. Rick Caldwell, Yes, I'm calling you out if you're here today. So lesson 1, creating your videos. Videos can be a superb learning tool. John Wood, I do see he's in here. John Wood is excellent at getting videos created where he's actually not in the video, but he's put it together, and he uses iWowWee as a great opt-in form structure. And creating videos can be done just like he does it, where you use music and you use videos and you put it together. We'll explain that in a little bit more detail. Again, videos can be a superb learning tool, so you want to make sure that you are educating and entertaining the viewer at the same time. That's where I came up with the word, and I've been using it for a long, long time, edutainment, because that's exactly what this classroom is 90% of the time. It's entertaining and educational, so edutainment. Your goal is to have people watch the entire video and then click your link to visit your website. Getting them to take action is your goal. So at some point today, what I really would like you guys to do is, this room is powered by the PowerLead system. And the PowerLead, if you're not a member of the PowerLead system, you really should become a member, because it does so many things that your typical autoresponder doesn't do. It does so many things that your typical HTML opt-in forms don't do. It does so many things that your typical statistic program or product does. It does a whole bunch of different things, and you really need to get on board and understand how it works. And the best way to understand how the PowerLead system works is to click on the link above in the top right hand of this room that says "See how it works." Now, if you click on that right now, it will most likely open you to another link that will start a video. And if the video starts, I'm going to ask that you pause the video and then go back to that room or that link after the class is finished. Hopefully that makes sense. So, creating your videos. Video creation basics. Here's some basics, and just like most of our presentations recently, we're very basic at the beginning because we want to make sure that we capture all of the people, no child left behind, right? And then we'll get a little bit more detailed as we move forward. We will cover the basic way to create a video first, and this can be done by using software already installed in your computer. The following are those using Windows-based software. Open up PowerPoint. If you don't have PowerPoint, there are a couple things that I recommend that you get. One is openoffice.org. OpenOffice.org is also, they've split hairs. The people who created OpenOffice.org wanted to go down that path. So while OpenOffice.org is still available, you can also try to get LibreOffice, L-I-B-R-E Office. I'm not sure if that's a .org or a .com. And another favorite of mine, if you don't have PowerPoint, is Kingsoft. Kingsoft is actually Microsoft Office version 2003. So it's a little bit, in my opinion, it's a little bit more compatible than OpenOffice and LibreOffice. LibreOffice is a little bit more, is definitely more advanced than Kingsoft, but again, Kingsoft is a little more compatible than the current, than those are with PowerPoint. Okay, so you want to choose a template and create a title for your presentation, just like this. This was all done on PowerPoint, right? Tell your viewers that you're going, what they're going to learn during the video. Today we're going to talk about video mastery. This your call to action. Next, you simply copy and paste each paragraph onto an individual slide, set to the paragraph on the slide, and increase the font size if necessary. So basically, the easiest way to create a video is to first create a PowerPoint presentation. You might want to write that down. Learn PowerPoint, learn Kingsoft, learn these guys. It's really, really important. On the last slide, tell the audience how to get more information and include your URL. Very important. Last week I did a presentation, presentation failed in one sense because the URL that we provided at the end of the presentation was a bad URL. So you can repeat your call to action here as well, of course. So you want to make sure that the URL that you have at the end of the slide presentation is the correct URL. Next, you want the presentation as a JPEG file. Simply hit Save As and go to the type and scroll down to JPEG. So what do we do next? Well, the next thing you want to do is you want to open up Windows Movie Maker. And if you don't have a Windows Movie Maker on your computer for some reason, you can just go search Windows Live Essentials and download Windows Movie Maker. And it's basically as simple as dragging and dropping each slide into the storyboard. If you wish to add effects and transitions, then simply click on the icon on the left hand of the window, and again it is a matter of dropping your selection into the storyboard, and that is it. That's how easy it really is to start creating your video. Now obviously you need to add audio to that, or music, right? And here you go. You can add music or an audio file by importing it into Windows Movie Maker. The audio can be used by reading the text of your article. This can be recorded by using a free program called Audacity. If you don't have Audacity, guys, you need to really get that. That's one of the biggest things. I know that, for instance, Todd Gross used to use, I think he probably still does, used to use Audacity all the time. Very free, and it makes your voice sound really good, even if it's not. It has a lot of different features you can do to manipulate or change the way you sound in your recordings. Once you have added audio, you want to play the movie and make sure that your voice matches each slide. Drag the slide to lengthen it or shorten it. Now I'm going to stop here because that's not the way I sometimes create my video. Sometimes when I create a slide presentation with video, I will actually use Snagit. Snagit is like Camtasia. Camtasia in a minute too. But Snagit is a light version of Camtasia. I don't need to use Camtasia because it's just more than I need. So with Snagit, I just highlight a certain area. So I'll do the PowerPoint presentation, and right inside the PowerPoint presentation, I will record my audio and then hit the Enter button to go to the next slide. And as I'm recording my audio, I know that the two are matching up appropriately. Kind of like we're doing right now, because I'm recording this right now. It's very similar to this. When using music in your videos, you must be aware of copyright. And here's something I didn't really realize. Currently, YouTube allows you to use up to 7 seconds of any published music. Now, I don't know if you could use 7 seconds of 10 different types of music. Probably not. But I didn't know you could use any seconds with YouTube. So that's kind of a cool thing to know. If you use more, you run the risk of having your video taken down by YouTube. To get around this, you can find royalty-free music. And one of the best ways to get royalty-free music is contact Todd Gross or Luann. They have a great link for royalty-free music. I just don't have it with me. So contact them to get that royalty-free music. And video, by the way. There are some sites which allow you to directly make your video online. One of those is, it's very tough to read this, and if you've never used it before, I would recommend that you mess around with it today. It's Animoto, or Animoto, ANIMOTO.com. Animoto. I don't know if I can highlight that. No, I can't. So, ANIMOTO.com. Quickly moving along to lesson of video recording. Before using any type of screen capture software, you want to do the following 4 steps. Number 1, prepare your material for your presentation. That's where a lot of people miss, and that's the preparation. Just like this preparation, we've already created the presentation, and now we're recording the presentation, also delivering the presentation live. But you've got to have a presentation before you can really record anything, right? Creating an outline is a good option as it gives you a starting point if you prepare a script and stick to it. Your recording may turn out a little flat, and that's exactly what happens with these presentations sometimes because I don't have time to prepare, so I'll have to bring it out a little flat, and that's why you actually add some other things in here that might not be showing up on the presentation. Having patience is extremely important when recording any material. This is very true when you are just starting out because you'll end up speaking too fast, You'll flub up some words. You'll have to do it over and over again. But the best thing about recording, the very best thing about recording, is that you can edit your recording, right? You can't edit this. We're live. But you can edit your recording. Think about how you want to save your presentation. The file types you can choose will determine who can and who cannot view your material. Some of the most popular files today are WMV, 3GP, AVI, MKV, MPEG, MP4, FLV, SWV, MOV. I personally like to use AVI and MPEG. Those seem to work the best for the software that I have. I use the Adobe Premiere Elements, and I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow and getting details with Adobe Premiere Elements. Keep any unnecessary movements down to a minimum, as this will help decrease your file size. Smaller files are easier to manage, so keep that in mind. YouTube does have a maximum file size, so if you're going to do a long presentation, you do want to minimize the file size as best you can, and that's one way of doing it. Camtasia, I mentioned Camtasia earlier. Personally, Camtasia is too big for me, but here's something that I know, and here's something that many have predicted several years ago. If you master Camtasia, you will be extremely helpful and needed in the online industry. If you master Camtasia, people will be looking for you, will be seeking you, and you will be very successful. Camtasia, if you don't know, is a screen capture software. This software allows you to define which part of your screen you wish to record. You set your parameters first and then start recording. After opening Camtasia, you will click on Make a Recording. This opens a new window where you can set your options. Folks, I am so serious about this, and I'm very good with Snagit because it's a light version. I just don't really have enough time in my world to use Camtasia enough, so I just don't use it. I actually have Camtasia, I just don't use it. But I do know this. If you really learn how to use Camtasia, people will be seeking you out to do the presentation for them, and they will pay you. They'll pay you a lot of money to do it. And oh, by the way, one of the most important parts about video is your microphone. If you have an average quality movie that you're watching on TV with great sound, you will watch the whole movie. If you have a high quality with below average sound, you will not watch that whole movie. The sound, the audio, makes the movie. If you go and watch, I'm trying to remember the old-time movies with the dinosaurs that were done in Japan, right? The mouth is moving, but nobody's saying anything, right? I can't watch those movies. They drive me crazy. If the sound is off, I cannot watch a movie where the sound and the words are synced properly. A good sound, a proper sound, is what makes a great movie, and it's so true. And people don't think about that. People always think right off the bat, well, what makes a great movie? And a lot of people say, oh, a good video, and that's not true. It's really the microphone. A very good microphone is far more important than video quality. All right, again with Camtasia, you select an area on your computer, and you record that area. It works extremely well. It's a great way for education and instruction on how to do things. I use this type of method all the time. With this Vircast room, if you become a member of Vircast and use our software, I have about 15 videos in the back office on how to use our software, and it's all done using the Camtasia style. Oh my goodness, I just sneezed all over you guys. I apologize. And we're going to stop at lesson 3. We've got 3 more lessons tomorrow to finish up this presentation. And obviously the last 3 parts of this presentation are the most detailed. So you definitely want to join us tomorrow on this. Camcorders are a great way of making videos. One of the ways that I use a camcorder, and it's an easy system that I use. I hold it and I go outside. If you go onto YouTube.com, you'll see a lot of videos that I have done, and you'll probably if you do YouTube.com and then type in my name, you'll find, I believe, probably 200 videos that I have up there. And of those 200 videos, there's probably 25 of them where I am actually taking a camcorder outside, and I've got my arms stretched out, and I'm moving around. And as I'm walking, I'm looking at my camera. It is a great method to use if you've got a flip cam, you've got an iPhone, something of that nature. It's a great way to get your video across. It has that. What happens is a more natural, relaxed look when you do a presentation that way. Cameras and cell phones are both options to shoot. That's what we just talked about. Local video. Actually, I'm going to talk about this for a second. If you're working with a local business or your local community, you can shoot video to create infomercial products. Aha! Wouldn't that be cool to be able to do that? Adding a voiceover description adds more personality and depth and allows your audience to connect with you. Now, a couple of people don't know this, and I'm going to actually stop this presentation here. I'm going to actually go live. So let me go live. Here I am. Woohoo! 1 second, guys. Going to set everything up for so you can see me better on the recording. My brother, that's what he does for, and he does very well at this job. He has a partner who does video recording, and my brother does the voiceover, and sometimes they swap, where my brother will hold the camera and do a couple things, and sometimes they just do voiceovers. They will just sit in their office, and people will come in with the video. They'll play the video, and as they're playing the video, they will create the voiceover and do voiceovers. That's all they do all day long is voiceovers. Someone else we know does voiceovers all the time as well. And who would that be? Be Todd, right? Todd Gross does voiceovers all the time. It is a great way to make a tremendous amount of money. And as I said, Mike says, Camtasia is a bit complex as it has many features to learn. Absolutely, Mike. That's why I don't do it. That's why I bag it. The funny thing is, Camtasia has 2 parts to it. Camtasia, when you're using Camtasia, it's not just about the recording. It's also about the editing features that Camtasia has that are really, really nice. But the editing features can get very complex. So what I do is I use my Snagit program to record, and then I'll take my Snagit program and I'll drop it into the system that I use, which is Adobe Premiere Elements, which is about $100 for it. And that has editing features inside it. And for me, that editing program is much easier than the Camtasia editing program. So I basically do exactly what Camtasia wants me to do by recording and editing. I just do it in a different way. And lastly, I just want to say again, voiceovers are so important part of your video. So if you want to create a video and you're afraid to have your voice recorded, guys, you can hire people online. Go to Fiverr.com, and by going to Fiverr.com, they'll do the voiceover for you, right? For $5. So do a Camtasia presentation, write it up, or do a Snagit presentation, write up what needs to be said during that presentation, and outsource it. It's not that expensive. Like I said, you can just go to Fiverr.com. Those of you who don't know what Fiverr.com is, check it out. Fiverr, I believe. Is that what it is, guys? Fiverr, I believe. Fiverr.com. Or it might be 2 V's. I'm not sure now. Let me check here. Actually, if somebody can check for me, I would appreciate that. But go to Fiverr.com and you can outsource it for $5. Somebody will do one voiceover for you. It doesn't. Yes, thank you. It's FIVRR.com, and you just do the Camtasia presentation without your video. You write up what needs to be said. You send it out to Fiverr.com, and somebody will do it for $5, and you put the two together, and you're done. You've got your edutainment, right? People pay for your education all the time. All the time, people will pay for your education. You can do this every single day. You can create a new slide presentation and get something out there that you know that other people don't know. All right, everybody, my name is Keith Carberry. We have a great presentation for tomorrow. We're going to finish up the math video, and it's going to be far more detailed. So put on your take off your dunce hat for tomorrow and get ready to learn. We're actually going to go take a look at the back office of Adobe Premiere Elements and get into some detail on exactly how to use Adobe Premiere Elements. I use it, and show you some of the videos that I've used that have gone viral. You can actually, if you search my name on YouTube, you'll find a couple videos that I've done that have gone viral. Not in the millions of hits, but in the 20s of thousands, which is a pretty good number. So I will see you. Kaboom, kabang, ka-chang. Oh, and by the way, that link up there, this room is powered by the Power Lead system and sponsored by the Power Lead system. So you really want to click on that link that says see how it works, because I do want you to know how the Power Lead system works, because it will work for you. Bye-bye, everybody.